All right, you guys, it's Tika back with another random video. Wanted to make sure we're able to chew real quick. Got the King James Bible. Always using the King James Bible. Or we rock with the Apocrypha. So, Sisters of Zion, real quick, make sure your hair is covered. You know, you find that in Corinthians. You already know how I rock, who I be, where I be, what I be, and what I stand for. The name will never change. His name is Ahaya Ba'ashem Yeshaya Wowak HaKadosh. Ahaya, who sits on the throne. He sent his one and only begotten Son, which is Yeshaya. All right. Once again, we all know the Comforter, wisdom, through the walk, ma. We know all that. All right. So once again, now you know who, what, when, where, how, and it's important to know these things with the end times that we are in. I wanted to grab this scripture for you real quick, sis, so you understand that time is truly short. Wherever Christ got you right now, at what post he got you at, it is really important to be still and know that he is the Father. It is important to make sure you have an ear. They that have ears to hear. You find that in Mark too. You can find that in Mark and a couple other places in the Bible. But it's important to hear what the Father is speaking. All right. The Father first and foremost says this, to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And if you love me, you would do what? You find that in John. He says, I think it's John 14:5, I think. I'm sorry. If not, I'm so sorry. I have to run back and grab it again and make sure that I gave it to you right. But the scripture does say, if you love me, you will keep my commandments. So once again, you see a lot of folks hooping and hollering that they love Christ, and they truly don't love Christ. All right. They might love the name, meaning like they like how it sounds, it rolls off their tongue, but they really don't love him, because when they love Christ, says, you will see it in their walk, their talk. It will be in their fruits. They will bear the fruits. Okay, so you will know these folks by their fruits off the back anyway. But why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this with you because right now, the season that we're in, like Elder was talking about, there's a season to everything. And I always say that. You got to know what season we're in. The season that we are in right now is in the betrayal season, where there's a lot of sister betraying sisters. There's a lot of sisters that's being narcissists. There's a lot of sisters being manipulated. There's a lot of sisters, false prophets, and all kinds of stuff. There's so much of that right now. But we got to remember Ecclesiasticus 1:9. Nothing new under the sun. If it happened back then in the Noah days and in the Lot in them days, it's going to happen again. But it's important to keep our head on a swivel. It is important to keep your eyes peeled. It's important to keep on the full body of armor, because we are in a spiritual warfare. Not only that, we are in a battle. It's coming to be a physical battle. Once again, I do talk pretty fast. I'm sorry. I'm doing a lot of double dutching. And yes, I do slur because I didn't pronounce the words correctly. Forgive me. I got these railroad tracks, and sometimes it makes me slur, but I'm pretty sure you get what I'm trying to say. All right. But once again, like Christ was saying, okay, this walk is not going to be peaches and cream. Okay, this is not for the faded heart sisters. All right, this is for the sisters that got some backbone. This is for the sisters that's been born for this time that we are in. All right, not only that, there is going to be a Judas. Always, there's always going to be one, but you will know what they look like by their fruits. So it's important to stay what? Leviticus. It's important to stay watchful. So you can do what? Remove yourself from things like that. Come out from among them and be ye separate. But make sure that you are staying focused. And make sure that you are staying prepared, so you don't have to go back and repair. Because there's no guarantee you're going to be able to go back and prepare. So it's important to do what? Continue to seek his face while he may be found. It's important to continue to watch to your left, to your right. All right? Once again, Judas betrayed Christ. He walked with him. He talked with him. He seen the miracles. He was doing the charity, all that. And right at the end, what happened? He turned against him with the kiss. I'm telling you, sisters, that's for a reason. They may start with you, but there's no guarantee that they're going to finish with you. They may finish with you, but there was no guarantee that they had started with you this work that Christ had started in you. Okay? The scripture that I wanted to give you is The Father sits high and he looks low and he sees all things. He said vengeance is his. So if you are exhibiting any of these symptoms and there's Judases around you, understand, don't try to get back at that sis. Pray for that sis. Intervene for her. Pray for her family. Pray for her soul. Because the Father sits high and he looks low and he sees everything. And he's going to do a lot of repaying. The scripture in Proverbs 1 that I wanted to read to you. Proverbs chapter 1 says in 26, I know that a lot of people don't read the Bible because a lot of sisters didn't even know about this script. After I read this is going to make you want to go look it up because you're going to think to yourself, where does that say that at in the Bible? It talks about what the Father is going to be doing in these times. It says, I also will laugh at your calamity. Oh my gosh. Who's going to laugh at your calamity? The Father. I will mock you when you cometh to fear. So you're fearful for your life. You feel for your family. You're fear with all this stuff going on. He says he's going to laugh at your calamity. Let's finish. 27. 27. When your fears cometh in desolence, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. And, when distress and anguish comes upon you. Oh my gosh, that sounds like a whole lot. Am I right? 28. Then shall they call upon me, but I ain't gonna answer. What? Wait a minute. I thought Christ was a loving God and kumbaya and all that. No, baby. No, sis. We've been lied to. Our Father is not playing. All right? He already told us, do this, and this. Ecclesiasticus, keep the whole duty of men is what? He already told us what to do. He's not playing. He already told us to love him. He already told us to worship him. He already told us to keep these laws. He already told us to seek him. He already told us all these things. But if we decide not to, this scripture right here, I encourage you to read. Because sister right here, he's talking about how he going to laugh at our calamity. He going to laugh when the whirlwind, when these things is trying to take people out. When people are getting into all kind of fights and things is going on. Would you want the Father to be laughing when you crying out like, help me, save me, have mercy? Really? No, sis. Let's finish. It says, if they were to seek me early, but they will not find me. So all y'all that's still calling on these fake guys, whoever these names are, I don't even know. It be so many names. Y'all still calling on these names. And this is not the Father. There's no power in these names. Let's go down to 9. It says 29. It says, for they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear Ahiah. They would none of my counsel, and they despise all my reproof. Look at that. Go on over to Proverbs again. 1 and 20. Where were we at? That one is at 30. How many sisters don't want to be reapproved? How many sisters want to run it? I'm not talking about sisters sharing with sisters, Titus being Titus woman and encouraging sisters to do better and sharpening. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about sisters that want to be the head, sisters that want to run everything. They want to be behind a pulpit. They want to be preaching. They want to do all this stuff and lead the man, lead the house, and be 144, which you can't. It's not for women. But I'm just saying, don't want to be reapproved. Been taught that is not his name. Been shown numerous times in blueprint and Bible print and all this stuff. And you still do not want to be reapproved. Now you know why Christ is going to laugh at your calamity. You know why Christ is not going to hear anything you have to say. Because you chose to continue to be disobedient. Choose this day whom you're going to serve. Shalom.